Yeah, Chesticle Watch officially is gonna officially end. We unofficially ended it a couple of weeks ago or last week, but it's gonna officially end on Saturday at 9. Power on Stars. You get to see Mrs. Anthony's chesticles if you hadn't seen the still photos of them. But I don't. This is one of those things that, like, at this point with the New York fans and all, it's becoming an act. Like, your team hadn't been good in a decade, over a decade. Like, been anything to talk about.
The 90s.
Right.
The 90s.
So this whole act of, oh my God, it's terrible. It's been terrible. Just trust the process. I'm always preaching that. Trust the process. Phil tells you this dude is a better Pau Gasol. He's 7'2", with range from 30 feet. Now, yeah, he's tall and skinny as hell. But who isn't? Which one of these dudes isn't? You know what I mean? I didn't even get a chance to check out my dude either. I'm sitting here looking through these picks, and I forgot to look and see where my dude Montrez went. And I don't see him in the first round. God, wow. Montrez ain't going the first. Something definitely wrong. But anyway, we're at 5. The Orlando Magic took Mario Horzonga. And last night I told you guys I'm out. As soon as these dudes start, the Croatian dudes or whatever, start coming off the board, I got to run. I don't know anything about these dudes. So the next pick, Emmanuel Mudiay, goes to the Denver Nuggets. Great pick for them. I think this kid, from what I've heard, I've only seen like little snippets of him playing either in high school or over in China.
Right.
I've heard him talk and I've heard him speak, and I know he has a lot of motivation as far as his family goes. That always, factors in a little bit to me. Where are we at? Number 8, Stanley Johnson. Only heard of this kid at a wing player. He's a small forward out of Arizona. He's going to Detroit to play with maybe with Greg Monroe and with Stan Van Gundy as the coach. And then there's Michael Jordan and the Charlotte Hornets. Almost said Bobcats. Hornets at number 9. They take out of the University of Wisconsin, Frank the Tank Kaminsky. Here's the thing with him. Not even with him, period. I always want to point out these things to you guys about how different athletes are covered. I want to take you back a couple of months to Jameis Winston being drafted. And before he was drafted, he had actually trademarked the phrase or the moniker Famous Jameis, and caught hell for it. Oh, see, already he's worrying about his brand. Look at him worried about his brand. Well, last night, our guy Frank Kaminsky shows up at the draft, gets drafted. What'd he do? Pop open the suit jacket. What's inside it?
You got green tank.
Right, 2 tanks. He got tanks on his socks with his face on it. I
thought he signed with no limit.
Yeah, Master P wishes. Who did he sign? Ricky Williams is who Master P had. You remember that ordeal?
And Master P ended up with all the money.
Oh my God!
Ricky ended up with a incentive laden contract that he never
grand opening, grand closing for the no limit management team.
Man.
And then at number 10, what a lot of people are calling the steal of the draft. Justice Winslow out of Duke. We got to know him very, very well in the NCAA tournament. Kid that I compared him yesterday to. He was the Draymond Green of that team. Like whatever they needed on a given night, he was able to give them. Assists, shot making, rebound, defensive presence. He was that guy, and he'll get a chance to hopefully, for him, get a chance to go down there and play with Dwayne Wade, pick up some of those crafty NBA skills that he's going to need moving forward. Out of the top 10, some notable names. Cameron Payne. I don't know if many of you guys know Cameron Payne, kid out of Murray State. What does it say? Oh, sorry. I saw Oklahoma in his little byline here, and I was like, wait, this dude didn't go to Oklahoma. Yeah, he went to Murray State. He got picked number 14 by the Detroit Pistons. Another Wisconsin guy that we got to know during the tournament, Sam Decker, a guy who was actually initially, a lot of people had him going to the Hawks at 15. And like I said, we'll get to that whole ordeal with the Hawks here in just a second, because I know Rob he has to, and Mark Cooper is in the chat room right now as usual. He's going to definitely want us to get on that. Where am I at? Oh, Sam Decker at 18 to Houston. Good pickup for them. Another bona fide scorer, a guy who can get buckets and continue to space the floor while playing with James Harden. Then you have Bobby Portis. Not necessarily the fact that he got drafted, and then Larry Nance Jr. Not necessarily the fact that either of those dudes got drafted. It's like this whole thing today about these tweets from years and years ago. Bobby Portis having a tweet saying F. D. Rose and Larry Nance Jr. I mean, I think the Larry Nance Jr. thing is kind of like, open foot, insert mouth. He called Kobe a rapist in lieu of the Colorado situation that Kobe went through. So that may be more of a type situation with him. But Kobe's an adult. He's a grown man. And Larry Nance Jr. is going to have to worry about, nah, I'm not going to say that. Worry about making his team. This is a bum squad. So he's got a pretty good chance at the number 27 pick. One of Rob's guys, the last name I'm going to call today, Ron Jr., Hunter Jr.
Yeah.
R.J. Hunter.
Celtics, baby.
Ron Hunter Jr. is how it should be. He's going to the Celtics, shooting guard out of Georgia State. You saw him hit a couple big shots during the NCAA tournament as well. Some people thought he was going to go a lot higher than he actually went. I know here in Atlanta, he didn't want to work out for the Hawks. He told them, that's okay, I'm good. And yeah, I kind of justified it by saying, look, if you guys wanted to see me play, I'm like right around the corner.
Right
you
here.
Came around the corner anytime and just
been here for years.
Holler at your boy.
Been here for years.
Yeah. So, but good for him. First round draft pick. He'll be over there playing with Isaiah Thomas and maybe Marcus Smart, Jared Sullinger, and those boys. And what's the kid's name that got knocked out?
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, saw that too.
Jay Crowder.
Yeah, Crowder, and they're trying to make a big three with him and Kevin Love, and I think it's LaMarcus Aldridge. It wasn't Lamar. Who was it? Who was the third piece? Was it Boogie Cousins?
Oh, yeah, Cousins.
Yeah. That sounds like a pipe dream. All right. So anyway, that's your draft breakdown. The Porzingis thing, again, yeah, let it play out. Carmelo, he's got to be more of a, and I can't say got to be because he's 31 years old, and it's going to be hard not assuming that light at the end of the tunnel isn't a train coming back your way. But you knew what you was re-signing to. You didn't go to the Bulls. Could have. Took less money and signed with the Bulls. But herein lies, kind of the quandary. Very few get to have it all. LeBron James couldn't have it all. He went to Miami. He, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade had to kind of like divvy that pie up three ways. And as far as LeBron James goes, he was and is and continues to be grossly underpaid for who he is and what he is to the league. But it's a trade-off. I'm going to get me a championship or two. And there was a possibility for 3 or 4 because they were in those finals games. Now, if you're a Carmelo, you collected. You went and you knocked the bank over and got everything you could out of it. But now,
124.
Yeah, but now you got to deal.
Got it all.
You got to deal with Porzingis. Like seriously, what the hell did you think was going to happen if Emmanuel Mudiay got to Brooklyn or to New York? What do you think was going to happen? That was going to he's some sort of transcendent generational star.
Right.
Of course he's not. The closest thing to that dude went first. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, I forgot our guy, Willie Trill. I didn't even mention Willie Trill, Cauley Stein.
Sacramento.
Yeah, and that dude.
That boy looked like a dope dealer last night.
Well,
I was like, damn.
Thing about that is, you might mention that. Yeah, there was a story today that he apparently purchased or some kind of way procured a bunch. I don't know if you guys saw those iced out medallions he had on.
Yeah.
Well, not only
like
him. Yeah, but his crew were adorned with those as well. I don't know how many in his crew, but the fact that his crew had them is kind of alarming. Dude, you hadn't cashed your check yet, cuz. Like, what do we, like, yeah, when keeping it trill goes wrong is what that is.
Now, I know I know at one point he had braces, but last night it looked like he had on like a top and bottom grill. It might have been the braces. But when I saw him, he smiled. I was like, hold on. I went to my phone and I took a picture, zoomed in, and it looked like it looked like Ivan Johnson,
the
right?
Diamonds.
95 is what it looked like when he was smiling, but I still really couldn't tell. But I'm like, this boy done grew dreadlocks. He got a grill in his mouth.
Willie
he got this
Trill.
big chain around his neck.
You damn right.
Yeah, man.
Damn right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, NEGUS all day, every day.
Yeah.
Damn right.
And I don't even need the word of origin.
Oh yeah, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. Oh boy. Good luck to him though.
Yeah.
I talked about.
Did you see? Who was that? Was that Ty Lawson? They had smoking hookah on Periscope.
Yeah. He was like, "I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'll be in
I'm
Denver
going to Sacramento
or whatever." Yeah.
Sacramento, and he's smoking.
Yeah. Well, it's a hookah. It's tobacco.
It's a hookah. Yeah. Could have been hookah. Yeah.
Now the Atlanta Hawks, the ATL Hawks, had the 15th pick. Decided they wanted to trade back to 19. They ended up in this weird three-way with New York, and who was the other team they went in with? Come on, Atlanta guys. I'm here with two Atlanta guys, and everybody.
Who is it?
Okay, Kelly Oubre got up out of here. The kid, Harvey Grant's kid from Notre Dame, he's ended up in New York, and the newest addition to the Atlanta Hawks squad is another kid with a prominent NBA father, and Tim Hardaway Jr. found his way.
We should have drafted Lil Penny Hardaway.
Well, I don't know. That's really Chris Rock.
We should have drafted Lil Penny and Lil Hardaway. Like, man, I get it though.
Yeah, I mean now you got a bona fide. Yeah, you got a bona fide scorer off the bench now. Kyle Korver, still in that walking boot. And you got your dude, Thabo Cephalosha, he's indefinite. So you got a guy who can give you some minutes at the 2 and at the 3 when you go a little bit smaller in your lineup. And a dude that can get buckets. He can get in. He's a legitimate NBA player. You know what I mean?
I never really got to see him play that much with the Knicks. But I know when he played for Michigan. I know he was a solid player because I saw him play quite a bit. But
he's up there with Trey Burke.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, the Hawks were able to get him for like really cheap, like $1.3 million is what they're gonna owe this dude this coming season. And if he's able to come out and perform at a good medium to high level, I think that they would have gotten their money's worth. Plus, I heard Steve Koonin,
Mr.
2 days ago. Yeah, Mr. Koonin. Heard him talk about how with the way that they're trying to structure this Hawks team, that it was only really going to be room for one player. That the second round pick, they really wasn't even going to have a roster spot for the second player. So that's why you ended up seeing them take those Euro guys in the second round, because they're not going to be here, for a minute if they ever even come to play for Atlanta. So that kind of frees up some money for them to be able to either re-sign Paul Millsap or DeMar Carroll. So, that was their goal. And, and I get it. I thoroughly understand what they're trying to do. So we'll see how it works out.
They got to win now. They're not like the draft is for people who are trying to build for the future. The Hawks feel like they have a core. Where is this article? So this is how it all played out in definite terms. They drafted 15th overall, took Kansas small forward Kelly Oubre, then traded him to Washington for the 19th pick and 2 future second-rounders. They drafted Notre Dame point guard Jerrion Grant at 19th, then traded him to the New York Knicks for shooting guard Tim Hardaway Jr. We are the Sports Kings. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's time for break. I just realized what time was. Good.
Say what you got to say.
No, I was, just saying that, Kelly Oubre was really excited about getting drafted by the Atlanta Hawks. Like, I think any draftee would have been excited, especially with the season that the Hawks were coming off of. And when they were interviewing him, following him being drafted, this dude, he didn't know he had been traded, and he's talking about how he was looking forward to winning the championship in Atlanta, and
Well, he said all the right things. You know, every kid's going to be excited to be drafted, no matter where you go.
go.
We are the Sports Kings. Sports Kings Live is the name of the show. We're on Spreaker.com.